Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. In this video, we will learn how to test the template driven forms. So we have learned about the reactive forms, right? So now let's see how we can test the template driven forms. Normally the template driven forms, if you try to see, so normally what we will try to check, it's the same thing. So we will go over the view to model and also model to view data flow step by step by using Angular standalone components. We'll try to do it. So we have already the concept, we have it, right? So here we are having a favorite color component, this one all. So I will try to implement the same thing. Now what I need to do it is, so for this one, so let's go to the spec file. So this is our spec file, and in this spec file, if you try to observe carefully, so what we are having, this one we are having before each function, these are all the things we are having it, right? So now this is all the common thing. So first I am taking the component, it's a property, and the component fixture we are trying to get it. Where we can get the component fixture is in the test bed. So now we are configuring the testing module. So when we are trying to configure the testing module, so the template form component is dependent on the forms module. So we need to include the forms module also. Let's try to include the forms module. Yeah. So we have included the form module and compile components. Testbed.create component fixture has been created, and we got the component instance and the direct changes. So now what we need to do it is, so here I need to write the test case. So it should update the favorite color in the component, whatever it may be. So it is something like we are trying to do the view to model. So we are creating a fake async here in this one. So this is our code. So this fake async we need to download it, we need to import it from the Angular code testing. Now here, so what I am trying to do, first we need to get the input variable. Okay, constant input is equal to, so we got the fixture, right? We got the fixture dot native element, fixture dot native element dot query selector of input. That's it. So now we got the input, and now I need to update the input dot value is equal to red. So I need to update the input value is equal to red. So now we need to dispatch the event. So for this one, input dot dispatch event of, we need to create a new event, and that event is nothing but input event. Finish. So now we got the event. So what we need to do here, we need to check for the fixture dot detect changes. So we need to detect the changes. That's it. So now if you detect the changes here, so now we need to expect component dot favorite color to equal to red. That's it. So it should be equal to red. This is our first one. So now I will try to explain you. Before that, I will start the testing. So npm test. So now let it run this one. So here the explanation of this one. So first one is, so constant, here we are able to see fixture dot native element dot query selector of input. So what we are trying to do, we are selecting the input element to interact with it. So now the second two, input value is equal to red, and also the dispatch event. So we are setting the input dot value to red, and also we are dispatching an event mimicking the user input. Now let's see whether we are running it or not. Yeah. Let's go to the localhost 400. Yeah. So now we are mimicking the user input. So now when we are emitting the event, so I am trying to check the detect changes. So this updates the component with any changes triggered by the event. So we are checking if the favorite color now equals to red or not, proving the data flow from view to model working correctly or not. So here if you try to see, it is running the test. So let it run. It may take some time to run the test. So guys, if you try to see here, so in the template given, you will be able to see that the test case has been successfully run. Should update the favorite color in the component. Now the second scenario which we need to check it is the model to view test. So in this test, what we need to do, so we will be setting the favorite color directly in the component, and we'll check if the change is reflected in the input field or not. So previously what we are trying to do, so we are trying to change the input value, and we are checking it. So right now we will try to write it here through the programmatically. So here, so what I would be trying to do, it should update the favorite color on the input field. That's it. So now here also we need to do the fake async, and here I will be writing the code, and first we need to set the component. So component dot, we have a variable, so I am updating it to red here or blue. So let's try to check it as a blue. Fine. So now I need to detect the changes. So why? Because so we have made the change in the property, so it needs to update the component template. Okay, run the change detection. So we need to wait for some time. Okay, so you can, if you want, you can also pass it. So tick, it should be imported from the Angular code testing. Okay, now I will be trying to catch the input variable. Constant input is equal to fixture dot native element dot query selector of input. So I am catching this time the input element, and here again I am checking that whether the input variable has the value or not. So here, so I am expecting the input dot value to be or to equal, whatever you want, you can do it, the blue. That's it. So now if you try to check the same changes, so here we have written it, right? So now it has been completed. So if you try to see here, this one also got updated. So if you remove the tick also, so now if you try to check it here, so now it will be updated. Okay, so the changes has been detected. So this is how, okay, here we are able to see that the expected empty to be blue. So here we got the blue empty. Why? Because so we are changing the detecting changes, immediately we are trying to catch it. So that's why we are passively waiting for some time to detect the changes. So here if I try to explain you step by step, so we are setting the component property favorite color to blue. The first step is, so the next time what we are trying to do here, so we are trying to detect the changes. This propagates the change from the component to the template. Okay, now what we are doing, we are using the tick to simulate the passage within the fake async, ensuring the view binding completes. So verify input value. So now finally we are verifying that input dot value now equals to the blue or not, confirming the model to view data flow. So these two tests verify that view to model changes to the input field update the component property, and changes to the component property reflects in the input field or not. So this is how we will be testing the template driven forms. So this is the way we will be doing it. So hope you understood about these two concepts. So what is that one? So one is view to model form, and also the model to view form. So if you try to see the test case also, everything got executed. So here you will be able to see template form components 2 got executed, and reactive form component also 2 got executed. So this proves that so template driven forms like this we will be testing it. So hope you understood about this testing concept. So if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.